What's up guys, how are you today? I hope you're enjoying my videos. Today we're going to do a hair color and a haircut in the same time. So I'm going to tone this hair with 7 from Wella Color Touch with the 1.9 volume just to deposit the color. So I'm going to apply this application from root to end. So just do all the hair one color, and after that we are going to start the haircut. So I hope you are going to enjoy this video. It's going to be absolutely beautiful haircut. And I want to say something about the video, that it's like around 20 minutes long, but believe me, I did my best to make it as short as possible, and this is a very educational haircut. Believe me, you're gonna love it, and you will enjoy the final result. So I'm going to finish the application here, and then we are now going to start the haircut. So as you see, the sectioning is from the occipital bone to behind the ear, and then from the crown to occipital bone. You see how I separate the back from the crown to the occipital bone. So we have this section behind the ear. Then above the ear, we have from the recession area. And on the other side, if you see how I took the angle, how I section. So follow my part, like follow exactly the sectioning I'm doing, because in the final result you'll understand why I did this. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 section for this haircut. Now what we're gonna do from the occipital bone, I'm showing you how we're gonna start cut the back, especially from the occipital bone below. We are going to take diagonal section and cut, as you see right now, the way I'm showing you. And then when I finish from that side, we're going to switch to the other side, and we're gonna do diagonal the same way. So like crisscross, this is how they call it. So this is very important, guys. You focus in every steps I'm doing, because you don't want to miss anything. So make sure when you do cutting hair, especially curly hair, in this haircut, the hair is damp, but not so wet. So when I'm using the comb here, I'm using the fine side of the comb. But if you notice my comb, it doesn't have very tight teeth. So it is fine and wide, but it's the fine side, it's not really tight. So why? Because I don't want to overstretch, like stretch out too much the curly hair, especially when you cut the curly hair and you dry it. You don't want it to shrink up too much and you find out that you cut it too short. So what I'm doing here, I'm keeping my section like 1/2 inch section to keep the control. I don't want to lose the control. So I comb more than one time just to make sure that I am following my guideline. And as I said, the tension is the most important part in the haircut. So look how many times I'm combing, 1 and 2 and 3, even sometimes 5 times before I cut, to make sure I'm following my guideline and keep the consistency the same. Just follow my steps step by step, and as I said, keep focus, try not to rush, especially when you're cutting a curly hair, especially because this haircut is very sensitive shape, so you don't want to rush it. If you want to get this beautiful result in the end, you just want to take your time. It's like you're cooking your food. To get this best flavor, you just cook it on a low heat to get this consistency and the flavor. The same things here in the haircut, just keep the consistency the same. So when I'm cutting here, if you notice that I'm elevating my hand a little bit, slightly elevated, not so much, but slightly. So it's kind of like I'm elevating like section 1 to section 2, section 2 to section 3, section 4 to section 5, just a slightly elevated, just to build this graduation, if this makes sense to you. And as you see, I'm cutting diagonal, okay? So diagonal, and I'm not over directing, I'm just taking it straight out of the head and just slightly elevating to create that graduation. As I mentioned, keep your section really small. Don't take so much hair in your hand, because the more hair you take, the more you're gonna lose the control on the shape, and you don't want to do that. So if you notice like how I'm walking with the head shape, okay, I know like if I'm in the salon I will be walking around the head, but here, because I'm filming, I can't walk around the head because I don't want to be in front of the camera. So just to give you an idea. So now we have like two, I believe. So we finished actually from the left side. Now we are going to connect the right side. So you see how I'm getting my guideline? Yes. And just I'm connecting the right side to the left side diagonally. Patience is the key. Like if you have enough patience, you know, if you don't, I don't think you're in the right business anyway, because cutting hair or culling hair and building shapes, it's art. It takes time, it takes lots of practice, it takes lots of focus, consistency, and to do all that, you have to be consistent, you have to be patient, you have not to rush. You don't have to rush things. So if you want to learn all that, definitely it's going to take time, and you don't want to rush anything. So this is the last section. I'm over directing a little bit, just connect everything and look at this beautiful shape. Wait till the end result, because you will love it. So now we are moving to the two sections above the occipital bone. Here I changed my scissor, and the scissor I'm using, it's the puffin scissor from Mizutani. So this scissor, the blade of this scissor doesn't cut straight lines. It's like good for slicing technique, teasing technique, twisting technique. So this like, it's more like texturizing shear, okay, to create this effect. Why I did this, now you will know, because the way I'm gonna cut the hair, it's not I'm chopping the hair. I'm going to cut under my hand. Look how I'm taking my elevation, and then I'm cutting from the inside out. I'm just slicing out, okay? And the reason I'm doing this, because I don't want to create this hard line in the cut. I'm just slicing from the inside out, just to create this beautiful soft shape. So, and I don't over direct anything, just I'm taking every section straight out from the head, the way it lives on the head, and look how I'm slicing from the inside out, and to build this graduation. So this is the technique. It's not easy to cut, it's very easy, just you practice a little bit on it. Takes you like half an hour, and believe me, you will get there. So if you notice, again, look to my elevation. I'm not elevating like 90 degree out of that. I'm kind of between 45 to 65 degrees, because I don't want to make the hair on the top very short. So look again for my elevation, and look the movement I'm doing, how I'm slicing from the inside out to build that shape. So you can tell from the side how the shape start building up. You can already see it, how it start building up, and you get like kind of an idea what's gonna be like. but believe me, when you see the final result, you will be very, very happy. So we keep doing the same, okay? We don't elevate so much. We kind of keep it between 45 to 65 degrees because I want to keep that weight. I don't want to remove so much weight above the occipital bone area. I want to keep that weight and save it. As I mentioned, it's straight out of the head. You don't over direct anywhere. Just take it straight out the way it lives on the head. Cut it, and you're ready to move to the next section. This haircut, one of my favorite haircut I ever did, believe me. It's a beautiful shape, very artistic, and it's absolutely gorgeous on curly hair. For people who likes curly hair, this haircut absolutely beautiful. So yes, we are finishing the last section on the left side, and then we are going to copy the same things on the right side. And when I finish the right side, I see you in a while, guys. So now, after we finish the back, we are going to start cutting the side. And the hair here, like very dry, just I sprayed a little bit water just to make it damp. As I said, it's not soaked in water, just damp. It's just to kind of keep the control on the curly hair, and I know where I'm going. So here, I'm focusing is when you take your section down. Here, I'm gonna use the wide side of the comb. I don't want to stretch the hair too much down. I don't want to pull it out so much. So kind of keep your tension medium, like don't pull so much. Why? Because you are cutting curly hair, not straight, okay? So you don't want to over cut and then you find out you cut it too short. So as you see here, I didn't cut the first cut like the length I want. Just I want to see how the hair is reacting, and after that just making sure this is the length I want. If not, and then I go again and I cut in the same section. If I want to cut a little bit more, I can go and cut again. So first I cut more than I want. Like let's say I want the hair to be 5 inch long, I will keep it 6 inch long, and then I look how it looks on the head, and then if it looks nice, maybe I keep it. If not, and I will cut a little bit more so I get the right length I want. I don't chop in one time the length I want, because as I mentioned, curly hair can really react very differently from one person to another, and you don't want to make this mistake to cut too short. So always be step ahead so you don't regret it. So as you see, what I'm doing, I'm slightly elevating again. I'm barely elevating, not so much, just to create very slight graduation, okay? Again, when you cut, before you cut, take your section, keep it clean, keep it small, under control, and check it 1 and 2 and 3 times before you cut, because when you cut, you cannot say, oh, okay, it's too short, can I make it long again? You cannot make hair long again. You can make it shorter, but you cannot make it longer. So this section here is just a little bit kind of, I'm over directing to the side because I want to protect the length in the front. I don't want to go too short on it. So I over direct a little bit to the side, just a slightly little bit, to build this graduation in the length. On the other side, we are going to do the same things. First section especially, I will cut, but I will keep it a little bit long to make sure this is the length I want. If not, then I will go again and cut a little bit shorter. Look how I skipped like ½ inch longer. So I'm checking how it looks like. Yeah, I can cut a little bit more. Then I go again and I cut again. And then, okay, I determine the length. I'm checking it out. Looks beautiful. Then I move to the next section. Curly hair, it's not hard to work on and like to cut. I know lots of people, they fear curly hair. I don't think it's complicated. I think it's just a different approach and understanding curly hair. If you understand curly hair, how it moves, how lives on the head, just to have some little bit background about it, believe me, it's beautiful and easy hair to work on. Because I know I have too many friends, like they cut all type of hair, but when it comes to curly, it's like, oh my god, I'm not very sure about curly hair. I always mess up curly hair. Believe me, it's very easy, but you need just a little bit knowledge, a little bit education, and you are ready to go. Here I'm cutting the last section on the side, keep my elevation, as I mentioned, a little bit slightly elevated, not so much, and create this beautiful, gorgeous shape. I can't wait for you to see the final look. It's a gorgeous, a glamorous haircut, guys. And the color, beautiful too, just wait. So now we move up to the top. So kind of, you can tell that she is like taking side part. So this is the way we cutting it. So the top part, sorry, we are going to cut the same way we did in the back. We're gonna slice from the inside out. You see how I'm doing it? Perfect. Create this softness on the top. So this is what we're doing. We're gonna do this on the right side and the left side. And after that, our haircut is done, guys. I'm very excited to show you the final result. So yes, so here I'm elevating a little bit, and if you see how the way I'm carrying the shear and my shear, like the top, especially the tip of the shear, how facing out, okay? So that's will make sure that I'm protecting the top section when I'm slicing from the inside out. And as I mentioned, this scissor, it's designed for that. Like this blade, it doesn't cut a straight line. It's for texturizing, slicing technique, and all kind of techniques. But if you want to cut straight line, definitely not with Mizutani Puffin shear. So we still have like 2 more sections. You see how my elevation is very low? Look at this beautiful shape. I can already see it. So after this, what we're gonna do? So keep focused on the next steps. After we finish here, we are going to section the hair, make it, you know, clean or on what we're doing. And I'm going to use the smooth So every section we're gonna put a good amount of mousse, okay, on it. And then I'm gonna use the defining cream. You can use any brand. I'm here using Orbe and Aveda mousse and Orbe defining cream. But definitely you can use a different brand. So you take one section, you put mousse on it. After that, you put a little bit of defining cream, and look the movement, the way I'm working on the hair. So I just roll the hair around my fingers, okay, I do those little twists, and I'm gonna do the entire head the same. So keep watching, enjoy the final result. I hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Love you guys, and see you soon in another video. Ciao.